Hi, this is Natalie with Imago Day Yoga. Today we're going to be continuing the series on back bends. I am currently trying to work myself back into a wheel after a back injury, and so this is day 2 of that. We started off by just warming up the back. Today we're going to go a little bit deeper into developing the core strength that we need to make sure we protect the back. So we warmed up the back to protect the back. Now we're working on the core to protect the back, while also maybe getting a little bit deeper into some bends. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to work my way back to the mat, and while I do that, if you could give me a thumbs up if you like my content, and don't forget to subscribe. That helps me out a ton. All right, so we're going to start off in a child's pose. I got my big toes together, knees are wide, and I'm going to sink my body down into the mat just to give my spine a little stretch. Big inhale down the back, exhale it out. Do that one more time. Big inhale in, exhale, release. The next inhale, come up to all fours. We're just going to roll through some cat and cows to warm up the back again. So inhale to drop that stomach, lift that chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, pull that pelvis and look back toward the thighs. Inhale, drop the stomach, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, do that again. Go as deep as you can, pulling that pelvis in hard, pushing away from the earth. Nice big cat stretch. Then exhale, go the opposite way, pushing that stomach down as far as it'll go and looking up. And then come back to neutral spine. You go ahead and walk those hands out, stay up tall on the knees, and drop the face down. I want to envision melting the heart toward the mat. And take a few breaths down the spine. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. One more time, big breath. Release. Then inhale, bring it back up. And we'll go ahead and come into a plank pose. So make sure the middle fingers are pointed to the front of the mat. And when you bend your elbows, they stay close to the rib cage as you come up onto the toes for a straight arm plank. We'll hold this for a few seconds. You can tip on the toes back and forth if you want to for a little extra fun. That's optional. And then go ahead and push it up and back for a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, exhale it out. Be careful on the hamstrings, maybe walk the dog a little bit. And keep pulling that chest toward the thighs. Neck is loose, looking back toward the thighs. Take another big breath. Exhale, let it out. Then take one more big inhale, and as you exhale, start to bend the knees. Look forward, hopper step to the front of the mat for a forward fold. Then you'll inhale it up halfway for a half lift. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Coming up into a mountain, bring those palms together and then down to heart center. We'll just do one big breath in mountain pose. Big inhale up. Exhale, press down into the earth. Then inhale, arms back up. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, hopper step it back to a plank. And then hold plank for just a moment. Take a breath in the plank pose. Then take another inhale, and this time exhale, chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Work on the back a little bit. Keep the elbows bent, hands near the rib cage, bend the knees. Flex those feet. We'll skydive it. So inhale the chest up. Try to stomp the ceiling with your feet. Keep breathing. And we're gonna extend the feet out, extend the arms out, fly. And then you can take the arms behind you, lifting the chest up higher. Go ahead and bend the knees if you can. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can bend the knees and grab the inside edges of the feet for floor bow. That's optional. So either keep the feet extended with the arms reaching back or come into floor bow. Make sure you're breathing. Stay strong. Then release. Push yourself up and back into a child's pose. Relax it down. Take a few breaths deep down the spine. Another deep breath. And release. And inhale, come forward into plank pose again. This time coming down to forearm plank. We'll hold here for a moment. Keep breathing. Another option is you can tap the hips on the sides of the mat, going back and forth. That's optional. Keep breathing wherever you're at. It's exhale as you tap the hips on the side, and inhale as you come to center, if you're doing it with me. All right, go ahead and start to come back to neutral, and then drop the hips down, coming into Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose. Elbows stay near the rib cage. Lift that chest up, feel the bend. Take a breath. Then one more big inhale. This time as you exhale, push it into child's pose again. We'll just take 2 big breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, big inhale in. Breathe it out. Then go ahead and inhale up to the tops of the knees. And we're just gonna do a modified camel. You can come into full camel if you want to, but just be sure to know that it feels okay on the back. So for starters, go ahead and brace the lower back. You want to stay active in the front of the body as you push the hips forward, lift the chest, look back. Try to find the back wall. And if you do see the back wall, you might try to go ahead and reach for the heels to come into full camel, but please pay attention to your back. Don't overdo it. Then go ahead and slowly come back up and round down into rabbit. Crown of the head coming down to the ground. You reach back for your heels. Once you've got hold of the heels, and you can lift the hips. Getting a nice roundedness in the back. Make sure you're breathing. You can go ahead and come back down into child's pose. We'll take 2 more big breaths. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, come forward into that plank pose. And then push the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. We'll hold this for a couple breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath. And release. Then start to bend those knees. Look forward, hopper step to the front of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach on up. Nice big stretch, palms together and down to heart center. Ground down into the mat. We'll take 2 big breaths in mountain pose, lifting up through the entire body. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, big breath, lifting up. Exhale, press it down. Next inhale, take the arms up, take the feet to the width of the mat, and then exhale it all the way down. Forward fold. We'll hold this for a couple breaths. Make sure you're relaxing that lower back. You want to bend the knees a little bit so you're not hanging in the back. You want to have the stomach connecting toward the thighs. Take one more breath. Big inhale. And release. And you'll inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach it up. Feet together, palms together, and down to heart center. Then inhale the arms back up and then get a nice stretch. And then bring them back down. We're going to come down into toe stand, so sink right down to your heels. If you can't make it to toe stand, that's okay. Just get as low as you can. And then we're going to have a seat. So just come all the way down to the mat. And we're going to set up for boat. So again, protect your lower back. Not everybody's body likes boat. So if it feels okay, you can lift your arms and your feet, but it's okay to keep your arms down or feet down and just lean back. Find where the boat feels good for you. If you're really into it, you can even straighten your knees. And that works too. And then you can either stay right here, or we're gonna go low to high boat. So take a big inhale and exhale. Next inhale, extend out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. So let's do 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Last one. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring it in. And then inhale, everybody extend and stretch it out. So I try not to kick my cat. Get a full body stretch and then relax into the mat. You can start to bend the knees up in toward the chest. And hug them in tight, really round that spine. You can massage it against the mat by rocking back and forth if that feels okay. Keep breathing wherever you're at. And relax for a second. Take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall, flexing those feet. Pause. Take a breath. Then bend the knees in toward the chest. Grab the outside edges of the feet for happy baby. Bending those knees deep. And again, rocking side to side if that feels okay on the spine. And go ahead and come to stillness. You're going to plant the feet on the ground. We're going to set up for either 2 bridges or a bridge and an attempted wheel. You can decide what your body wants to do. So try to touch the heels against the fingertips so the feet are close to the body. Hands are by your side, and when you're ready, inhale to lift the hips. Pull the shoulder blades together to lift the chest, and then option to grab the hands underneath the body and pull the shoulder blades together even tighter so you can lift up even higher. We'll take a couple breaths, staying active in the front of the body, pulling up. One more breath. And go ahead and start to let it down. And then if you'd like to attempt a wheel, you'll take your hands and you're going to have your fingers facing your shoulders, planting on the mat beside the head. Feet are still very close to the body. And then when you're ready for either bridge or wheel, start to lift the hips up and start to push up really close. Almost popping up into a wheel is great. But don't overdo it. When you're ready, let yourself down. Losing my mic, sorry. Then go ahead and everybody make sure you're starting to come back down. And when you get there, you can start to bend the knees in toward the chest. Squeeze them in nice and tight. Rock side to side. Again, massaging that spine. And then take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall, flexing those feet. And we're going to slowly lower the legs all the way down to the mat. So stay energetic through the legs, out through the soles of the feet. Lots of energy. Keep breathing. One last core activation as we lower the legs down. And once you get there, relax everything. We'll take just a few breaths in a brief shavasana, inhaling in and letting it go. And check in on the forehead, make sure it's relaxed. Jaws unclenched. Shoulders are relaxing down into the mat. Let your body become heavy for just a moment. Take another deep breath. And relax. Go ahead and start to take another deep breath in. And on the next inhale, get a full body stretch, taking those arms overhead and bending those feet back up into chest. And then rolling over to one side to push up into a seated position. And once you get there, oh, my hair's wild. Once you get there, just shut down the eyes for a second, take a deep breath in, and let it go. One more time, take a big inhale, and release. Then inhale, bring the arms up. Touch the palms overhead and down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope it helps your back a little bit. If you're trying to get more into a back bend, leave comments for me. I love to see what y'all are looking for, or if you've liked this video, that would really appreciate that. Until next time though, namaste.